Welcome back to another bookish vlog, my friends. I love these type of videos where I do everything bookish. I love filming them, I love watching them. And the plan for today is to go at a bookstore that I have been meaning to go for a while now. Konstantina, shout out to you because you are the one who recommended this bookstore to me. It is a bookstore in Athens called Politia. I haven't been to this bookstore ever, and I think that it is a really good bookstore with a huge selection of books. So I cannot wait to check it out. I will be going there with my sister today. I normally go alone at the bookstore, but today I am dragging her along, and then afterwards we will probably check out a few more stores and maybe also drink something or eat something. We will see. But this vlog is going to have everything that I love. It's going to have books, book shopping, bookstores, reading. I'm pretty sure that we're also going to have a big book haul in today's video, so I'm very excited. I hope you are too. I am all ready. Hair is still drying. One thing that I love about warm weather is that I can't go out with wet or damp hair because I don't like using the blow dryer. It makes my hair even frizzier than it already is. So let's get up. I'm grabbing my bag. I'm gonna wear my shoes and we're ready to go. These are the shoes that I'm going to wear, and I normally also wear a hat, but today I think that I'm not going to wear a hat because my hair is still wet and it's just gonna look weird with a hat. I will just grab my sunglasses and I will be good to go. few days later and I finally have a little bit of free time to sit down and film this book haul. There have been quite a few things going on in my life the past few weeks, I want to say. I will definitely have a couple of updates in my monthly reset routine for October. But for now, we have some free time, we're sitting down and we're gonna talk about the new books that I have. I have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 books to share with you. And I'm also expecting a couple of more books that I have ordered online. And I believe that I will receive them within the next few days. So I will probably include these two also in this vlog. Maybe, otherwise in my next vlog. But all of these books that I'm going to share with you today, I ordered them online. I didn't end up buying any books at the bookstores that I went to the other day, even though the selection at the first bookstore that I went to was fantastic. So the bookstore is called Politia. If you live in Athens, I'm pretty sure you already know it and you have already been there. It was my first time, like I told you, and I was very pleasantly surprised. I will definitely be going back there. And I also saw there one of the books that I have already ordered and I really wanted to get it. But since I had already placed the order online, I was not about to buy it and then cancel the order. It would be just too much. I controlled myself, I didn't get it. I also saw plenty of other books that I wanted to get. But again, I controlled myself and I didn't get them because, come on, I have 8 new books here and I already have unread books in my TBR card, so I don't want to spend huge amounts of money all at once in books when I know that I won't be reading them soon. I'm set for a few months, I think, with the books that I have. I know that I will keep on buying new books because it is always very fun to browse around bookstores or online and get books that you want to, but I never want to have like a never-ending physical TBR. I want to have it under control. Also, I really need to get a bookshelf. If you have been watching my videos, you know that I have said that a million times. I really need a bookshelf, but I don't know if it will look good at the spot that I want to put it at, so I'm still thinking about it, but I feel like I'm running out of space here. So enough talking, let's get into the book haul, and I couldn't be more excited. Okay, now you will hear me say that I'm excited for all of the books here, but just pretend that I'm not saying the word excited every few seconds. But as I was saying, I couldn't be more excited about the first book that I chose, which is The Crimson Moth or Heartless Hunter. It is called The Crimson Moth in Europe, I think, and in some other parts of the world, and I think that it is called Heartless Hunter in the US. But first of all, let's take a second to appreciate this cover. It is stunning with the flames down here and the red color and the green. Red and green are maybe my 2 top favorite colors. So I have an idea about this book because I have heard other people talk about it online. This is a book about a witch and a witch hunter. So I've heard that we have enemies to lovers. The witch hunter obviously will want to kill our witch, and I think her name is Rune, right? I think so. I think we will also have some sort of betrayal in this book, and I know that it ends in an intense way. I think that it ends in a cliffhanger, like most fantasy books do when they are part of a series. I cannot wait to start this. I know that this is going to be a perfect fall/winter read. Fantasy, dark, witches, witch hunters. This is going to be epic. I have really high hopes for this one. The next book that I got is part of a trilogy. It is part of the Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy. I think that's how the trilogy is called. This is the final book. I haven't read the other 2 books, but I went ahead and got the last one because when I will start reading the series, I just want to have all of the books. I have a feeling that I will enjoy the series. I cannot read the synopsis because I don't want any spoilers, but I know that the main character is called Evangeline. I think that she is the type of FMC that is more romantic and sweet and not that badass and intense, if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong, but I think that it is nice to have FMCs in fantasy books that are, you know, a little bit softer, a little bit more romantic, a little bit more low-key, because I feel like a lot of people can relate to these type of girls, to these type of women as well. And I think that our sweet, low-key FMC here, Evangeline, is in love with a guy, but he's marrying someone else. And then she makes a deal with another guy, our MMC, whose name I don't remember. And I'm pretty sure that he's going to be the main love interest, and Evangeline will somehow end up with that guy. This was an excellent explanation. Let's move on. The next book that I got is also, again, part of a series. This is Reckless by Lauren Roberts. This is part of the Powerless series. Again, I haven't read the first book. I haven't read the novella, which is powerful, but I went ahead and got Reckless as well. I'm pretty sure that everybody already knows this series. Again, I cannot read the synopsis because I I don't want to see any spoilers. I don't have high hopes for this book because most people who have read it say that it is like a 2.5 stars, like a 3 star, 3.25. And a lot of people who are fans of Powerless, they were really disappointed in this book. So I don't have high hopes for this. I mean, I feel a bit bad that I spent money in a book that will probably be a letdown. But again, it is part of a series, so I cannot just not read the second book and go ahead and read the third book that might be phenomenal. At some point, I need to start reading Powerless because I've had Powerless in my TBR for quite some time now. The next book that I am so excited to read is called Better Than the Movies. This is something different. It is not a fantasy book. I normally read fantasy and I love fantasy, but sometimes between my fantasy reads, I love reading a light-hearted romance or just a romance with substance, with important heavy topics in it. I don't mind. I love these books as well. And I have heard that this book is really, really good, even though it is, I think, YA and it focuses on young characters. It's still really good. At least that's what I have heard. So I'm really excited about it. Let's have a look at the synopsis. Also, I hope that this is not part of a series or something because I see 2 other books back here. Anyways, Wes has been irritating Liz since they were kids, but now it's senior year and he's made friends with Michael, her forever crush. Her annoying neighbor is her ticket to scoring the prom date of her dreams. Scheming together to win Liz her magical moment, they discover they actually like spending time together. As they grow closer, will Liz need to rethink her happily ever after? And I guess that this is also going to be Grumpy Sunshine, as I read back here. So I guess we are following teenagers, and I'm pretty sure that Liz will end up with Wes, and she will forget all about Michael, I think. So I feel like this is going to be the perfect little palate cleanser after a fantasy book, and I cannot wait to read it. The next book that I have been wanting to read for a while now, and I have seen it around online, is Welcome to the Hyunamdong Bookshop. But apparently this is a very popular book globally, and especially I think in Korea. The author is Korean, and I guess that this is a feel-good book with a message behind it, with an important message to it. I think that this is going to be the type of book that you read it and then you sit and ponder and think about your life, and I love this type of books. So let's have a look at the synopsis. Youngju did everything she was supposed to: go to university, marry a decent man, get a respectable job. Then it all fell apart. Burnt out, Youngju abandons her old life, quits her highly flying career, and follows her dream. She opens a bookshop. In a quaint neighborhood in Seoul, surrounded by books, Youngju and her customers take refuge from the lonely barista to the unhappily married coffee roaster and the writer who sees something special in Youngju. They all have disappointments in their past. The Hyunamdong Bookshop becomes the place where they all learn how to truly live. So it sounds really good, really heartwarming, and that it's going to have a beautiful message behind it. Also, I love the cover. It is so beautiful, and the backside. It looks like a cute animation, like a sweet cozy anime. I love it. The next book that I think is going to be the perfect full read is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. This is going to be the first book that I read from this author. I have never read anything from her before, and I couldn't be more excited because I have heard so many good things about this author. This story will follow Addie LaRue, and I think that our character has made a deal with someone, I cannot remember with who, and she becomes immortal. She lives forever, but with a curse. The curse is going to be that no one is ever going to be able to remember her, and I'm really hoping that I'm not saying silly things here. But suddenly I think that a person will recognize her and remember her, and that's how the story will unravel. I sometimes want to explain a book without reading the whole synopsis, but I think that sometimes I do not even really know what the book is all about, and I might be saying stuff that is wrong. So don't quote me on everything that I just said, but I'm very excited to read this book this fall. The next perfect fall/winter read that I have here is Belladonna. I know that this book is really popular and it has a huge fan base. I think we have 3 books out already from this series. Is it a trilogy or will we have more books? I do not remember. But in this book we follow our main character called Signa, and Signa will try to uncover a murder with death himself. So if that doesn't sound like the perfect full read, I don't know what does. I think that this is going to be dark, mysterious, paranormal. I don't know if I can call this gothic. I need to do a better research on it. But still, it sounds really good. I hope that it's not going to be scary or anything. And I cannot wait to dive into this, especially once the weather starts becoming cooler and the days will become darker, shorter. You know the vibe, you know the drill. And the last book that I am excited and nervous about is When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker. At the beginning, when this book was firstly released, I think that I heard only good things about it. The reviews were very positive, people were hyping it up, but then suddenly I saw some other comments and reviews of people saying that they didn't really enjoy it and that it was also a bit confusing, and that made me a bit nervous. I really want to love this book because it is about dragons, and you know what, I'm going to be positive I will love this book. First of all, I'm just seeing here the graphics, can I call it graphics, the art. Look how beautiful. I just love when books have little graphics inside. It just makes everything more, just makes it more interesting and engaging. Look at that. We have a knife here. What is going on? I love that. So we'll be honest, I really do not know what this book is all about, and I have read the synopsis before and I have heard other people talk about it, and I still don't really know what this is all about. I know that we will have some dragons. We will have an assassin. Is our main character Rave an assassin? Let's quickly read the synopsis. As an assassin for the rebellion, Rave's job is to complete orders and never get caught. When a rival bounty hunter shatters her world, Ravi finds herself captured by the Guild of Nobles, a group of powerful fae. Crushed by the loss of his great love, dragon rider Khan Vagar took the head of a king and donned his melted crown. Now on a tireless quest to quell the never-ebbing ache in his chest, a clue lures him into the capital's high-security prison, where he stumbles upon the imprisoned Rave. Together they seek truths that threaten to unravel everything they knew about their world and each other. Okay, I think that it is a bit clearer now that I read the synopsis again. We will see. Still, I cannot wait to start this and see what this is going to be all about. So now I'm pausing filming for this video because I have another video to film, and I'm not really sure when I will continue filming this video. Like I said, the last couple of weeks have been crazy. You will see very shortly in a few seconds at the next clip what we will continue doing for this vlog, because at the moment I really do not know. So see you in a second. Okay, my friends, it is a little bit later in the day. I just wrapped up work and I sat down, turned on the camera because I want to share a couple of bookish things with you. I think that I have never showed you how I organize the books that I have read. I'm using Notion for that, to keep track of the books that I have read and how I rate them. If I have showed you this list again, I really do not remember it, but I'm pretty sure that I haven't. So we'll show it to you now because I have a couple of books that I want to add in my list. I also have a list on my phone's notes app where I keep track of my reads as well. So normally as soon as I finish a book, I will immediately or almost immediately add it on the list on my phone. I will write the book title and the rating, but I also want to keep track of my reads on my laptop, and that's where I use Notion. I will have my Notion list on the screen. So this is what the Notion page looks like. I have created like a little collage as a banner on the top. It is called 2024 reading list, and now the list shows that I have read 34 books, which is not quite accurate. So Ruthless Vows I rated 3.75. Then after that I had read The Cruel Prince and I rated that 3 stars. Then I read Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez, which I rated 4.25 stars. As you can see, this list is not that aesthetic or that, I don't know, super organized, but it does make sense to me and it helps me keep track of my reads. So the 37th book that I read was Daughter of No Worlds, which I rated 4.25, and I am currently reading 6 of Crows. So I will add no rating to that since I haven't finished that, even though I haven't really enjoying it. And my plan for today is to actually finish the book. Hopefully I will manage to finish the book today because I also want to start another book. But the next thing that I want to share with you is the 2 books that I had ordered. I actually received them. I didn't open up the package yet. I wanted to open it together with you. So let's do a fun little book unboxing because I am thrilled about these 2 books that are in here. They're going to be perfect for fall. Look at all these cords. They look ugly. Let me just try to hide them. Well, that's a little bit better. But aren't these 2 the most perfect fall books? So let's start with this one. It is called The Cinnamon Bun Bookstore and it is by Laurie Gilmore, whose name is not actually Laurie Gilmore. This is the author's pen name. Her actual name I don't remember, but it's not Laurie Gilmore. But because she really likes, I think, Gilmore Girls, and I think that her books are inspired by Gilmore Girls or just the vibe, the energy. This has a playlist? I have never had a book with a playlist before. Look at that! Now I have to listen to all of these songs. Some of them I know, some of them I don't. It has Too Sweet by Hosier or Hosier. I see some Taylor Swift songs, Harry Styles, Cinnamon Girl by Lana Del Rey, one of my all-time favorite songs, End of Beginning. We have some really good songs here. This is book number 2 on the Dream Harbor series. I recently read the first book, which is called The Pumpkin Spice Cafe, and it was so much fun. It was cozy, it was romantic, it had a little bit of spice in it as well. So I'm expecting the same energy from this book. So I believe that each book that the author writes will follow another set of characters, and we will probably also meet some of the characters from the previous book in it. So let's read the synopsis. When a secret message turns up hidden in a book in the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore, Hazel can't understand it. As more secret codes appear between the pages, she decides to follow the trail of clues. She just needs someone to help her out. Gorgeous and outgoing fisherman Noah is always up for an adventure, and a scavenger hunt sounds like a lot of fun. Even better that the cute booksheller he's been crushing on for months is the one who wants his help. Hazel didn't go looking for romance, but as the treasure hunt leads her and Noah around Dream Harbor, their undeniable chemistry might be just as hot as the fresh out of the oven cinnamon buns the bookstore sells. I love it. I love cinnamon buns. I think they are my #1 favorite pastry. This is the book for fall. This and the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. Yes, I am thrilled, and let's take a moment to appreciate the cover. Beautiful. And the second book that I got is The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. I have heard that this is cozy, it is fun, it has a romance subplot, and it has also found family. So people call it wonderfully romantic, absolutely charming, one of my coziest reads of the last year. And that is a comment by Emily Henry. Hello girl. Warm and witchy, bewitching, and a comfort read. What is this book all about? Mika Moon follows 3 rules. Hide your magic, keep your head down, and stay away from the other witches. Mika is good at being alone and she doesn't mind it, mostly. But when she is invited to teach 3 young witches at the mysterious Nowhere house, Mika jumps at the chance of a different life, and she comes to care for its quirky inhabitants. And Jamie, the handsome but prickly librarian. Belonging somewhere feels like a real possibility. But magic isn't the only danger in the world. Is it worth risking everything to protect the found family Mika didn't know she was looking for? All I need is a good cup of coffee, a pastry, a cool rainy day, and this book. It sounds really good. I cannot wait to read it. And also the cover is very beautiful. I know that there are different editions for this book, and I have this cover. Look at the yellow car with the broom on it. It looks so funny. And the leaves here on the back. I just love it. And I think that I have a lot of books to read for this fall. There are so many books in my fall TBR. And lately I feel like I don't have enough time to read. And this is just such a bummer because I really want to read all of these books before fall ends. With that being said, let's make a cup of tea and sit down and finish reading 6 of Crows. Because if I want to read all of the books that are in my fall TBR, I really need to sit down whenever I have free time and read. I don't don't have much left of Six of Crows, so I think that I will finish it within the day, but a cup of tea first it is, and I cannot wait to give you my final thoughts on this book. It is a few hours later and I just finished Six of Crows. I freaking loved this story, this universe, these characters. These are some of the best, most unique characters I have ever read about. I really, really love them. I haven't felt that connected to a bunch of characters and care about a bunch of characters since I read Throne of Glass. I mean, I'm not comparing the Throne of Glass characters to these characters. Throne of Glass characters will always be on top, but still these are some really excellent characters. They're also unique and interesting and fun in their own ways. I think that Inez and Kaz are my two top favorite characters, and then it goes Nina, and after Matthias, then Jesper, and then Willen. All of them are excellent, but Inez and Kaz, they are my top two. It was a bit slow at the beginning, and I think that it had to do with the fact that I hadn't read the Shadow and Bone trilogy. I think that it is a trilogy. I'm not planning on reading it either. I don't know if one day I will end up reading Shadow and Bone and some of her other books, but my goal with Leigh Bardugo's books is just to read this duology, the Six of Crows duology. And maybe because I hadn't read her other books, I was not familiar, of course, with this universe and the characters and their powers, so I was a bit confused at the beginning. But after the first 100 or so pages, I want to say that the pace got better. This is such a unique and interesting story, and I cannot wait to see how this is going to continue and how this is going to end. We have some really troubled characters here who are so young, yet they have been through their fair share of things. I'm still a bit unsure about what to rate this book. I was thinking about 5 stars, but then towards the end, I was thinking more of like 4.75 stars. And maybe it also has to do with my mood. I feel like sometimes when we rate books and when we read a book, the period of our time that we are reading it plays a part. Because at the moment I am a bit stressed and I'm not feeling my best, but I feel like because my mood started becoming lower, my rating suddenly got lowered as well, if that makes sense. I need to think about it. I will think about it and I will decide. I will probably let you know in my October monthly research routine where I will do my reading wrap up. And now, since I am done with this book, I need to start another one, right? But I don't know which other book to start. I have only one book left in my September TBR, which is The 7-Year Slip, but I don't know if I am in the mood for The 7-Year Slip. I will be honest. I really do not know what I should read next. I will think about it and I will decide, but I think that I will close off today's video here because I also want to sit down and finish editing this video to have it up for you guys. And I truly hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you all so much for watching. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye friends!